The year was 1897. In Basel, Switzerland, the Austro-Hungarian journalist Theodor Herzl gathered professionals, scholars, and religious leaders from across the world and launched the Zionist Congress, aiming to establish a Jewish settlement in Palestine. However, they encountered Palestine as a vibrant part of the Ottoman Empire. Sultan Abdulhamid II, the empire's ruler, emerged as a significant obstacle, embodying Islamic resistance to Zionism and transforming the conflict into a profound ideological struggle. Sultan Abdulhamid II became the ruler of the Ottoman Empire on August 31, 1876, at a time when the empire was vast, spanning parts of Eastern Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa, with a mix of cultures, languages, and religions, including Muslims, Christians, and Jews living under Ottoman rule. However, by the time Abdulhamid stepped in, this massive empire was facing serious internal and external challenges, grappling with the pressures of modernization, the rise of nationalism among its diverse peoples, and dodging political challenges from European rivals. As if that wasn't enough, the empire was in serious financial trouble, factors that contributed to its label as the sick man of Europe by Western nations.
Hey everyone, I am Fahad. We are a small team dedicated to creating educational videos. We've made a video on the power of the word Bismillah and other videos such as the rise and fall of Muslim empires. Since starting our channel, we've released 22 videos and we've gained around 400,000 views. We are still growing and we are committed to providing free access to educational contents. If you find our content valuable, you can support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing our videos.
In 1881, the flow of Jewish immigration to Palestine, then part of the Ottoman Empire, began. Thousands of Jews, primarily from Eastern Europe and Yemen, moved to Palestine, motivated by a mix of Zionist ideology, religious fervor, and escape from anti-Semitic violence and economic hardship in their home countries. The Sultan viewed the Zionist aim of establishing a Jewish homeland in Palestine as a potential threat to Ottoman sovereignty. The region was not just strategically important, but also held significant religious importance for Muslims, Christians, and Jews alike. In 1896, Theodor Herzl met with Sultan Abdulhamid in Istanbul, proposing that Jews, with their powerful influence in Europe, would help reduce the Ottoman Empire's debt in exchange for allowing Jewish immigration to Palestine and the establishment of a Jewish state under Ottoman sovereignty. He assured the Sultan that the Jewish settlers would integrate as loyal subjects, contributing economically and socially without disrupting the established harmony. However, the Sultan was deeply aware of the potential political and territorial implications of allowing a significant Jewish settlement in Palestine. Abdulhamid famously responded, "I cannot sell even an inch of territory, for it does not belong to me but to my people. My people obtained this land by pouring out their blood, and we will readily sacrifice our lives to retain it." This encounter was an unsuccessful effort to garner Ottoman support for Zionism. In response to Zionist aspirations and to retain control over Palestinian territories, Sultan Abdulhamid implemented strict policies. He limited Jewish immigration from Eastern Europe, where Zionist support was strong, to prevent demographic and political shifts in Palestine. His government also prohibited the sale of Palestinian land to Jews and increased oversight of Zionist activities, aiming to block any steps toward Jewish self-governance or state formation. Zionist leaders started to seek new approaches to avoid the restrictive policies of Sultan Abdulhamid. They extended their outreach to diverse political and social factions within the Ottoman Empire, notably aligning with the Young Turk movement. The Young Turks, who aimed to overthrow the Sultan, championed constitutional reform, a vision that signaled a potentially more supportive environment for Zionist endeavors. Influenced by the concepts of nationalism and sovereignty and nationalist movements in Europe, ethnic groups within the empire, including Arabs, Armenians, Greeks, and others, began to revolt. Arab nationalism emerged as a secular ideology, especially in the Arab-majority regions of the empire. In response to this, the Sultan promoted pan-Islamism as a unifying ideology that transcended ethnic and national divisions. By emphasizing the Islamic character of the empire and his role as the caliph, he aimed to foster a sense of loyalty among the Muslim majority in the Arab provinces and to counteract the appeal of nationalism. Throughout his reign from 1876 to 1909, Sultan Abdulhamid faced a barrage of propaganda, both from within the Ottoman Empire and from European powers aiming to weaken his rule and undermine the empire's unity. On the external front, European powers like Great Britain, France, Russia, and Germany partook in this propaganda war, casting the Ottoman Empire as the sick man of Europe in need of reform or dissection to serve their imperial ambitions in the region. The most significant internal opposition came from the Young Turks. They used newspapers and pamphlets printed both within the empire and abroad. The Young Turks disseminated critiques of Abdulhamid's rule, accusing him of tyranny, corruption, and leading the empire into decline. Despite Abdulhamid's efforts to unite the empire, the eventual downfall of his reign came in 1909. The Young Turks successfully orchestrated the movement that led to the dethronement of the Sultan. Initially, the Young Turks' promises of equality to all Ottoman subjects, without distinction of religion and race, became invalid, and slogans like freedom and liberty were discarded. Ottomanism gave way to Turkism, and the dream of a free, multinational and multi-denominational empire vanished forever. Following the downfall of Sultan Abdulhamid, the Zionist movement gained greater freedom to mobilize and strategize in Palestine. One of the primary strategies was to accelerate the purchase of land in Palestine. Additionally, the movement actively promoted and assisted Jewish immigration to Palestine, leading to multiple waves of Aliyah, primarily involving Jews from Eastern Europe and other areas. These strategic actions in the years after Sultan Abdulhamid's reign were instrumental in establishing the groundwork for the State of Israel in 1948. The fall of the Ottoman Empire after World War I was a monumental event, giving rise to approximately 16 modern nation-states from its former territories, profoundly reshaping the Middle East and the Balkans. Issues such as the unresolved demands for Kurdish autonomy, the enduring Arab-Israeli conflict, and the complex legacy of nationalism in the Balkans underscore the lasting impact of the empire's fall. The seeds of nationalism, which have grown to deeply influence the region's politics and conflicts to this day, were sown during this tumultuous period.